Alrighty, this is a tutorial on how to create a GFX like this trim. If you have any questions, comment down below and enjoy the video. Alright, so what you want to do is open Roblox Studio and get a rig. Make sure it's R6 because R15 is not going to work. And here's my character, you know. I inserted its face in the model. And you can just use the free models and just go like, use any cap you want, etc. Import your own character. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shirt. If we could I'm just gonna use the USA for example. Like if I go to the store, let's use this. Alright, so I'm gonna copy the ID. I'm gonna copy, and then shirt template. I'm gonna paste the ID and enter. There it goes. It appears. Same goes for pants. And paste it in. Boom, you got yourself a character. And I'll be using this model for the background, you know. Okay, now once you got your character and your model stuff, you want to right click and then export selection. Save it to a new folder like here for example. So I'm just gonna make it a new folder. Make it one with clothing. Like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna put one. Okay, now we have to do another one because I'll be covering up also how to do 3D clothing as well in Blender. So you also want to delete its pants and you also want to delete this. Yeah, and then just export as well. Okay, make a new folder, or you can just call it naked. I don't know. Okay, it's gonna also name it 1. There you go. Also you do this as well. Also you export this same thing how you did it to your rig. Okay, once you open up Blender, my version is 2.91.0. So you just don't want to click any of this. You just want to click out here. And then you want to press delete. If you don't have a delete key, then you can press X, and then here it is. Okay, you want to make sure you hold your middle mouse down, and you can just move it around like this. Alright, so you want to hold shift and apostrophe to move the camera freely. And if you want to change its speed course, then you want to scroll up to make it move faster. Look at that. We can scroll it down to decrease its speed. Okay, now you will need to import the rig, which I do not own it, but I will link it in the description for you to download it. So if you got it, you're gonna double click object. Okay, so once you download it, you wanna double click it, object, and then you wanna press A, or you can just do it manually like this. You wanna select all of it, you wanna press append, and boom, you got it. And make sure you save your work. Just call it 111, I don't know. Control S to save. Okay, once you got it imported, and you always wonder which is the front. You see these 2 little squares over here? That's the front. And so what I like to do is press this camera icon, render engine. I do cycles because it's more clean, I guess. Well, it does require a beefy PC to be honest. Okay, so you want to do is click the head, click the ball icon looking thing. Well, it's object properties. You want to press image texture. See this folder? You want to click it. Okay, you want to go with the naked one and double click. And if you press viewport shading, rendered viewport, and you can see it like that. Alright, so we're gonna import another character, an object. You can choose either 2 ways. I want to go naked again, and you want to get the object. Make sure you split it by group. So in geometry, you want to open it and make sure it's ticked split by group. Okay, so you want to press shift apostrophe, move your camera freely. Once you find it, you want to press space, teleport, boom. Okay, once you got a cap, you want to make sure it's all nice and neat. So what I like to do is actually go to shader editor, make sure it's not invisible. Because if you go to render port, sometimes it can be invisible for some reason. But it looks like it's fine. So This is optional. You can either keep the head or you can just delete it. So I would delete it actually. So you want to select the whole thing. You want to press Control J. Okay, that works. If that doesn't work, just click something and then just select the whole thing and then Control J. Or you can just do it manually, like just select it all, then join. Control J over there. Boom. Okay, once you got it, if you accidentally press R, like this little scale thing pops up. You don't know what's happening. You want to right click your mouse and it just goes back normal. So you don't need to be scared. Okay, what you want to do is set the origin to geometry to origin, like that. Teleport to the center. You want to press this move. There, you want to drag this up. And then you want to rotate it by 90 degrees, but you don't know how. So you want to see this little square, orange square, you want to click on it. You see that? You want it to be 90. Well, 180 actually. Like that. Precise. And then you just adjust it. Like that. And then now if we checked its viewport shading, boom. Oh, look at that, it's kind of blurry. Okay, let's see. We can make it high or we can make it lower. You know what? That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, once you got it, now you want this to stick with the rig. So if you move the rig, you want this to move with it as well. So what you want to do is get the collection. Okay, so you should get this, right? You want to open the row bone. Get the cap. You want to drag it. Then hold shift to head attachments. Then you want to release the mouse. Boom, now it's linked to it. So if I move this, voila, stick together. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, and for the model, whatever, for the background, etc., we're gonna do the object and make sure it's ticked off, split by group. Alright, and there you go. You got your model heavy here. Okay, you wanna right click it, set origin, geometry to origin. So it sends. Yeah, and you can just adjust it, There you go, like that. And then you just move this towards it, like that. Okay, now you want to move the sky like this. And then you want to move it like about here. And then make sure it's touching the ground, making contact, like that. Alright, make sure it's in the center, like that. Nice. Okay, so how am I gonna rotate it? Same thing over here, 180. Boom, perfect. But we're gonna do a little half over there, like 145. Just make it perfect. So if you have a keypad on your keyboard and you wanna press 0, like that. But if you don't have a keypad, then you can always click that camera icon, which I'm showing right now. You can scroll it up and down to zoom in, like that. And you want to press shift apostrophe. Boom, like that. Oh, and then you see all this weird thing that's covering up the building. And you want to know why? Well, if you go to object properties, you see this camera icon. You see this is how much the camera sees at distance. So if we just bring it up, it's gone, like that. And if you press rendered, it's like a wall, man. You don't like it, so do I. So you might as well just max it out. Boom. It's nice. I'll just leave it. No, just do 150. I'm fine with it, as long as it's not interfering or you're not seeing it. Okay, once you're in a good position, you want to press left mouse, and there it is, it's locked. And then you want to press 0 on your keypad again to get out of the camera. What you want to do is click on these one of these wireframes, like some of them you won't be able to, so just click any of it. And then you see up here, object mode, You want it to be pose mode. So now you can do it individually like that. And then we get the, if we get the rotate thing, boom, and then we can just, do it like that. Oh, what's happening? Oh, and like that, and just do whatever you want. Okay, once I got my position done, you wanna press this. You can also rotate its head, by the way. Just leave a little like angled, you know. Or you can also press move. You know, you can just make him teabag, whatever you want. Oh my god, You can also animate it actually. You know, I'll actually go over it. So if you want to know how to animate, you want to open this up. Got this timeline, right? You want to press on this little dot here. This is auto keying. So we should set and you want to key its location and rotation. So make sure this is selected and press I. Boom, you got your keyframe. And then about like, if you just use your imagination, about like 10 frames. Wait, no. Yeah, about 10 frames. This guy's like about here. And also it auto keys because I got this turned on. Auto keying, so whatever you move it will auto key for you. You know, save time, so you don't have to press I all the time. If you don't like it, then you can just turn it off and do it manually. But I'll do it anyways. So it's like this, and then wow. And then this guy gets down like that. Instead, you actually want to copy this and copy and paste like that. Boom! We got our first animation, guys. Although it's still it's kind of naked, but look at this. Yeah, you can't see anything, but if you see in preview mode, look. Bam! Look at that animation, bro. That's how you animate, guys. Well, if you don't even want to animate, well then you shouldn't even be watching this part, but I'll just show it anyways, because why not? It's pretty cool. So we're going to make this guy crouch a little bit. We're going to move it out of here. Like that. I'm going to get this. I'm going to move it out of here like that. No, that's kind of weird, actually. Okay, like that. If you're happy with your character's pose, and that's great. So what you want to do is, if you see this little funnel up here, I don't know what it's called, filter, you want to select this as selectable. You want to make it selectable. And you see in the row bone section, you want to select all these. But make sure you're in object mode, so now you can select these individually. So you want to hold shift and then just select all these parts, and then control copy and then paste it. Voila. And you got this row bone over here. And you want to right click it. You want to set origin to geometry. Boom. Oh, did you see all this? What's happening, man? Well, you see they're all at the same scale, so it's gonna like interfere with each other, so they're gonna like glitch. Well, not glitch, but they're just interfering with each other, so you want to scale another one a bit bigger. So if we press S 1.01 like that, and select another one, S 1.01. I'll make sure your mouse is in this scene. So if your mouse is in this scene, then it's gonna work, because if not, and if you press S, it's not gonna work. So press S 1.01. Sometimes you select from the row bone. You don't want to make that mistake. You want to make sure these are selected, not the row bone itself. Okay, once you're done, you want to select all of these, and you want to press the object properties. You want to open the folder, and you wanna open up with clothing, right? Oh, but here's the problem. You see there's skin, so it's not gonna work. So you need a Photoshopper to remove all that. And you know, I got a online site that can do that, and it's pretty good, nice. Then you can see some of my past works. It's pretty cool. Okay, once you got that with clothing, so you want to click on clothing. You got the file. You want to drag the image like that. Okay, now you need to remove all of this. And if you don't want to do 3D clothing, then you can just skip this part. But I'm just gonna do it, you know, for those who want to know. You want to open up a wand select. It kind of looks like a pill sort of thing with that sparkles. I don't know. Want to select it. Make sure you're on Pixlr E, not a X, because this is more professional. No, it's more Photoshop like. You just want to select it, and it's more automatically selects it for you. That's pretty efficient. And then you wanna, and what you wanna do is press delete or backspace, and then you can press delete. Delete. Make sure you're taking that head, skin, all that. And if you scroll in really close, you can see a bit. You know, you could just get a lasso, and you can just see this little ball. You can just select that, and you can press delete. Boom. Well, look at all this. You want to select all this, and you want to press delete. Well, I mean, it doesn't really bother me since this is a tutorial, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna press file, save, and you want to press separated clothing. You want to download it. Make sure it's PNG, by the way. Okay, once you have all these selected, you want to open a folder. Find out where you put it, separated clothing, and you preview it. Boom, you got it. And if you check it, you can see it's naked part. And if you made a mistake like this, for example, you're like, oh no, I don't know how to put it back. You wanna hold Control and Z to revert what you did, like that. Boom. Okay, so once you guys do that, there's another problem. So if we check this, you can see its hand part. You can see it's all black and stuff. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying that for a fact. You can see it's covering up his skin, so you can't really see it. So what you want to do is select all of this. You want to drag this up. You see this little clock icon. You want to open that up. Shader editor. And boom. You want to scroll it. Scroll in. And make sure you see alpha and alpha. You want to connect it. And if you made a mistake, you want to hold Control and just cut it. Just cut it, you know. If I don't want like an oops. I mean, you could just do Control Z, but if you just want to look like a pro at Blender, then you can just hold Control and then right mouse, and then voila, you're a professional. Okay, once you got that connected alpha to alpha, separated clothing up here, and principal, that's like the object properties. Same with this red ball icon. See, it's the same. Okay, once you got that, you wanna close this down. Open it. Boom, you can see the hands are visible, right? Hey man, that's pretty poggers. Okay, now you wanna do its 3D clothing. There's two ways you could do this. The easy way and the manual way, you know. So let's do the left hand first. So here's the first way. You wanna press tab. Alright, you see all this stuff, it's kinda weird what's happening. Well, if we see this edit mode and we go into sculpt mode, okay, you want to scroll down, you want to get cloth, but if you don't know what everything means, and you know, you could just, if you just over here you see this little extension, you can just extend it and now you can see the words. And we're going to sculpt, you can see every single word, you know, without having to hover over the object, the image. You want to select cloth, and you just want we're gonna have to subdivide, break into smaller pieces, or what I like to do is multi-resolution, and you want it to subdivide it 4 times. You can see it here, 3, 4. You can see something's clearly happening. What if we revert it? You can see a little bit of small squares. Yeah, because you're like cutting into small pieces. So if we go into sculpt mode, boom, would you look at that? You can, voila, 3D model. I'm not the best at 3D clothing, but look at this. It's so nice. Oh, you can also adjust its strength and its radius, so boom, look at that. Okay, this is the default, make sure you don't mess it up. And sometimes if it does interfere with the skin, you might as well just scale up a bit. So if you want to press S and do it, scaling it manually, then you can do it like that. Oh damn, look at that. I guess I was wrong. Look at this 3D modeling. Holy. Okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. And looks like I can't revert it. So make sure you guys don't mess it up like I did, cause I can't revert it. Oh god. Or if I deleted this, nothing happened. And okay, so here's the second option that you can do, which I recommend myself doing because I'm a noob at 3D modeling. So you want to do multi-resolution, the same as before. Subdivide it 4 times. Oh, that's 3. Make sure it's 4, 4, 4. And then add another modifier. And you want to displace. Oh, look at this. Oh, what's happening? Oh no, you made a mistake, boy. No, I did not make a mistake. You just need to do some modifications. I'll make sure it's the gear if you can't find it. The gear icon, then add modifier. Okay, what you want to do is scroll all the way down and make sure you're in the display section. See the strength 1. That's too much, man. You want to do 0.03, and you want to press this little texture tab. You want to get new image or movie, marble. What I like to do is make the size 2 and turbulence by 50. Gonna make this cool little swell, but if it's too much, you can just scale it down. We can have like 0 size, and it just kind of looks like you're wearing grass. Actually, that's actually pretty cool, man. You're wearing like a ghillie suit. Oh, that kind of looks like wood. That looks like a wood bark. Oh, it kind of looks like a furry. Okay, so I left mine at 15 turbulence. So you want to press S, and then just scale it a little bit like that. That's nice. And you also gonna have to do the torso and the legs and as well. Oh, and make sure you don't subdivide it more than 4 times, because it's technically useless and it's gonna crash Blender because your computer is not gonna handle it, because I bet it's trash. I was just joking. I'm sorry. But just like, why would you want to go over 4? I mean, it's just too much, man. There's no point. Okay, once you're done with your 3D clothing, I guess. Well, I haven't done the legs because I'm kind of lazy, but you see, it looks pretty nice. Oh, let me just slow my camera down. And if we check it, viewport shading. Damn, look at that. Look at those waves, man. Realistic. Holy. Okay, now we're going to do the lighting. So, and you're wondering, how did I get this lighting without using the light source? Well, you see this little arrow icon next to viewport, rendered shading mode, whatever thingy. You want to open that up, and if you turn this off, you get to see the world. Wow. And if you turn up opacity by 1, world opacity, you can see the world, man. And you can just choose whatever you want. Indoors. Look at that. Okay, next up we're gonna do the lighting. So you want to delete the default one because it's trash. Okay, make sure you're in object mode, not in pose or anything, because it's not gonna work. So you're gonna press Shift and A, so you can open up this. You can add anything you want, any objects, your plane, cube. All light over here. You want to get the sun, and there's the sun. You want to drag this up, drag it over here. Drag it over here and just drag it like that up his face, man, like that. I do 10 because it's a sun. Boom! Look at the shadows, man. Oh, pog. Okay, once you got these settings, make sure the angle is 0 and use this instead. Shine it at his face and use whatever color you want. So I'm gonna make it blue. So I'm going to do 0.15. Yeah, we get this nice light blue color. Of course you want to cast shadow, because if you don't, then it's just trash, man. No shadows. I'm sad. But you can see there's already problems. The windows, which originally used to be transparent, they're opaque for some reason. And the clothing, the 3D clothing, appears to be kind of shiny, which I don't like it. Like over here, it's kind of weird. It's like it's made of plastic, man. So you want to open properties, and you want to increase the roughness value to 0.8. And look at it, it's more clean. It's more clothing like. See what I mean? Look at that. That's just a big improvement. Well, you see all these noise. Well, you're actually you're in viewport mode. So if you render it, it's not gonna look like that. So don't worry, okay? Don't be scared. It's okay, man. Okay, now we're gonna fix the windows, and you're wondering, how do I do that? You wanna select it, and remember its color. It was dark blues-ish. You want to open it up. You want to open its tree, and you see all these object properties. You want to find the parts that contain. You want to find the object that are look-alike windows, like that are dark blue. So it looks like I found one. But that's for the window frame, which I figured it out earlier. So I'm gonna skip that. Okay, these two are the windows. This is for the first floor. That is for the second floor. What you want to do is make the roughness 0. Transmission, make it reflective to 1. Same goes for this part, same color. Turn off its roughness. Max out transmission. So if you play it, boom, look at the windows, are reflecting. Look at that. That's a plus, man. Your work is already professional by now. Are you happy now? And if you are, subscribe and like the video. Well, it's looking a lot like a professional GFX, but I don't think it's professional enough. So you wanna, well, usually I like to zoom in the camera a bit, so I wanna make its focal length by 60, and then zoom it out a bit and make sure it's like you're looking down at it. Maybe like 70. You can just cut off its leg off a bit, like that. And you can actually press R to rotate the camera. That's pretty cool. Whoa. So what you want to do is open up its world. Oh, no. World properties over here. This little red globe. You see this color? You want to select this yellow ball. The environment texture. So instead, we're going to use a HDRI. So it's like an environment texture to download. So I'll be downloading a 4K, and I will link it in the description. And of course, I do not own this, so yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, once you got that downloaded, you want to press open and find that folder. So it was called the Kiara 1_1. You want to double click it. make sure the strength is 1, everything's all set normal. And now if you viewport shading rendered mode, and you can see its background, look at that, oh, look at the sunset. But you want this, you want to make sure this sun is matching the world texture, because what if you turn it off? Wait, you don't even need a sun. Wait, why do I need it? You know what? I'm just gonna delete the sun because you don't need it. But you know, I'm just gonna keep it there anyways. But if you're not gonna use a HDRI, you know, a building with no mirrors, with nothing reflective, then of course you need the sun or lighting. So I'm gonna make it look like it's sunset, and it looks pretty good enough. So I'm gonna end it there. But before we do that, let's do some spice it up. Turn off its roughness. Oh, look at that gloss. Oh, that actually looks cool. Or if we increase its transmission, oh, it looks like a different person. Bro, it looks like Waterman or something. And if we increase max out metallic, boom, it's like Iron Man now. But I'm just gonna leave it like that, and that's it for the tutorial. So I guess you learned how to change with the Windows properties and make it transparent and make it reflective, and how to do HDR, texture, world, properties. Now you get this cool HDRI 360 world view with lighting included. I don't know. You know, I don't know much, but you can change its strength actually. The world properties. So in world properties, you can change the strength. You know. You know what? It's still too bright. You know, just 0.5. Now that's pretty poggers. Just leave it default. Motion blur. Well, you don't need motion blur on because that's for animation. Make sure you wanna put on color depth 16, not 8. RGB resolution, ignore that. Well, the resolution actually adjusts the camera, so if I scale this, look at it, it adjusts it. So this is like the camera resolution, and what I like to do is render it more, like 2 times more. So I'm gonna make it 200 instead of 128, because if you render it, you're gonna see all these noise, like grains all over your screen, and it's gonna look bad, you know. So you know, I just leave it 200. It's pretty good. And you can either press F12, or you can press up here render image, or you can render your animation, which I showed earlier. And you press it, and it should take time depending on your computer's specs. Alright, once it's finished rendering, make sure you click on image and then save as, and you can just go to documents. Let's just go GFX and just name it cool as, you know. Boom. Got your first rendering. That looks professionally good. Your first render that looks professionally good. Look at it. Look at the windows, man. They reflect. Oh, look at the building. It's clean. Look at this guy, man. 3D clothing. It's kind of wrinkly, to be honest, but I don't really care. Look at the hat. It's smooth. It's not much grains. Like, from this view, it's pretty nice. If you zoom up pretty close. Hope you guys find this video helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe.